Before 1914, Europe was a tinderbox, a continent on the brink of a massive conflict. Powerful countries like Great Britain, Germany, France, Austria-Hungary, and Russia eyed each other warily, each suspicious of the other's intentions. Germany's rapid growth and naval buildup worried Britain, leading to an intense naval arms race. France wanted revenge for past defeats, particularly the Franco-Prussian War. Austria-Hungary faced internal nationalism, with various ethnic groups seeking independence. Russia saw itself as the protector of Slavic peoples, especially those in the Balkans, and was ready to defend them. An arms race began, with nations building bigger armies and navies, stockpiling weapons, and preparing for the worst. Alliances formed, the Triple Alliance, Germany, Austria-Hungary, Italy, and the Triple Entente, France, Russia, Great Britain, creating a fragile balance of power. These alliances were meant to keep peace, but paradoxically made war more likely, as any conflict could draw in multiple nations. Generals prepared detailed war plans, anticipating the outbreak of hostilities. New technologies like machine guns and big cannons appeared, promising unprecedented destruction. Europe was a complex web of promises, treaties, and secret agreements. A single spark, like the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, could set it all ablaze, plunging Europe into war. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, visited Sarajevo in June 1914. Bosnia, under Austro-Hungarian control, had many unhappy Serbs. On June 28, 1914, Gavrilo Princip, a Serbian nationalist, assassinated Franz Ferdinand and his wife Sophie. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia and issued an ultimatum. Serbia agreed to most demands, but not all. Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia on July 28, 1914. Russia mobilized to support Serbia. Germany, Austria-Hungary's ally, declared war on Russia and then France. Germany invaded neutral Belgium, prompting Britain to declare war on Germany. The Great War had begun. The war divided Europe into the Central Powers, Germany, Austria-Hungary, Ottoman Empire, who sought to expand their influence and territory, and the Allied powers, Great Britain, France, Russia, later Italy and others, who aimed to counter the aggression and maintain balance. Initial excitement and patriotic fervor quickly faded as the war became a prolonged and grueling stalemate. On the Western Front, trenches stretched across France and Belgium, creating a deadly and static front line. The Battle of the Marne in September 1914 was a crucial turning point, stopping Germany's rapid advance into France. Trench warfare led to horrific conditions, with soldiers enduring mud, rats, and constant shell fire, resulting in massive casualties. Verdun, in 1916, symbolized the war's brutality, with both sides suffering heavy losses in a battle of attrition. On the Eastern Front, Germany and Austria-Hungary fought Russia in a series of brutal and shifting battles. The Ottoman Empire battled the Allies in the Middle East, adding another complex and harsh theater of war. Italy fought Austria-Hungary in the mountains, where the harsh terrain made combat even more challenging. In 1917, the United States joined the Allies, bringing fresh troops and supplies, which provided a much-needed boost to the weary Allied forces. Russia left the war after a revolution, leading to a significant shift in the Eastern Front dynamics. By late 1917, all countries were exhausted. The Allied naval blockade hurt Germany. American soldiers bolstered the Allies. In spring 1918, Germany launched the Spring Offensive, but it failed. The Allies' 100 Days Offensive began in August 1918, pushing the Germans back. Germany's allies collapsed. Bulgaria, the Ottoman Empire, and Austria-Hungary sought peace. Germany faced starvation and revolution. Germany asked for an armistice. The armistice was signed on November 11, 1918. Fighting stopped at 11 a.m. The Great War was over, but the cost was immense. The war left a trail of destruction, altering the landscape of Europe and beyond. Around 10 million soldiers died, and many more were wounded. Civilians also suffered greatly, facing displacement, famine, and disease. Entire towns and villages were destroyed, leaving countless people homeless and economies in ruins. The psychological impact was profound, with many soldiers suffering from what we now know as PTSD. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, blamed Germany for the war, imposing harsh penalties. Germany lost land, had its military reduced, and had to pay reparations, which crippled its economy. Many Germans felt the treaty was unfair, leading to widespread resentment and political instability. The map of Europe was redrawn, creating new countries and tensions that would later contribute to further conflicts. The League of Nations was formed to prevent future wars, aiming to foster international cooperation and peace. However, it had weaknesses and lacked enforcement power, failing to prevent the rise of future conflicts. World War I changed the world forever, weakening Europe's global power and sowing seeds for World War II, setting the stage for a new era of global politics.